Hello, I am Leanna. I'm a Master's in Social Work student at the University of Utah, and I'm here to share some evidence-based principles on intentional parenting. First, a disclaimer. It is not my intention with these videos to shame or blame or compare you to other parents. It's just to give you a little bit of insight to who you are as a person and then to how that plays into your strengths for being a parent. And so hopefully it's helpful. Take what works and leave what doesn't. The principles that I share are based on the book Parenting from the Inside Out. It's a great book. So if you have time, you can read the whole thing. If not, I have these little snippets for you that are chapter by chapter. So this video is about how we feel, and it talks about emotion and how emotion plays into our kind of worldview and plays into how we interpret the things around us. So I liked this quote from the book. It is through the sharing of emotions that we build connection with others. I think that we live in a world that we kind of hide ourselves and our emotions from the people, maybe the people around us, but social media makes it really easy to look like we have it all together and that we have perfect lives, and we don't have to be vulnerable. But being vulnerable and sharing emotions, that really is how we just build bonds and how we join with others as humans. So emotions and their communication provide meaning, and they create like a fulfilling life through the relationships that they build. So emotions help express and process experiences. They kind of orient us to the world of what's going on, how to interpret our experiences, and how to kind of anticipate what will come next. And this goes along with the storytelling that is so important that we learned about in chapter 2. So really making sure that we take account of emotions and tell their story as well. So emotions allow for self-organization. They kind of help us to understand our experiences, what our experiences do for us. They orient our brain. And all these things are really important for kids. When emotions are not understood and properly cared for, then there are certain barriers and challenges that kids face as they grow into adult years. So, oops. Building emotional connection. In order to do this, the first thing we need to be is aware of our children and their emotions. And it can take a lot of patience. It can take a lot of awareness and mindfulness to be present with our kids, but it just takes practice and patience with yourself as well. Helping them understand and integrate emotion. It can start with just being super happy for them, for the good things, and helping to comfort them in the negative things. And I think as parents or as any significant adult in a child's life, we recognize when kids have these experiences, and it's just seeking for that attunement. So helping them understand it by explaining the emotion to them, sharing it with them, providing an explanation for things that are confusing, and just being sensitive to both what is being spoken and not spoken. So barriers that we experience and providing emotional support often have to do with our own experiences and the triggers that we have that sometimes we see in our children. So just recognize your own emotions and learn how to process them, because it's also difficult to help somebody else understand their emotions when we are maybe not in tune with our own emotions. So give yourself that space and be aware that that's what your child needs, is somebody to model expression of, or the proper expression of emotions. And then help the child, or be aware of the child's emotions. And so again, that takes patience. It takes being present with them, and then just trust that you can do it, because you were there, you get it, you're a human, they're a human. So it doesn't really take a lot of like education around it. It's just being mindful and being able to understand your own emotions as well. So this was what the authors of the book provided about practicing communication. I thought it was really helpful, and it's on page 69 of the book. So you can read through that. And finally, just remembering that every person in the family is different, and the different experiences, the different emotions that people have and how they express them, it makes them unique, but it makes I like how they say it, joining together for a cohesive family experience. So it makes it for a fun family when everybody is different and those differences are embraced, but we're also seeking to help and support each other. So hopefully that's helpful. Good luck with your parenting.